Hi guys, Mike back again with another instalment of the Reaver Titan video log. This is part one of the paint. Like I said in the last video, we've had the build is done. And now this is part one of the paint. So just to show you, this is what I've been doing kind of over the last week really, and last weekend. So it's all been undercoated. There you go, you can see it all there, all laid out. So that's the all the components that I've managed to get it down to that I want to paint separately before I start sort of assembling it really. I'll give you some close-ups of some bits now. But it took two full cans, two and a bit full cans of Chaos Black spray, GW spray. I had kind of half a can, and I knew I was going to need another one, so I picked up another one. Used that half a can and the full can, and then had to get another can because it was barely undercoated really, and then ended up using another full can. So it's had two to three coats, allowed to dry overnight, and this has been left now for a few days now actually. So it's been sitting there laid out really. So it's given the paint good time to cure, which is always quite a good idea with the resin, because you know, we all know if you haven't washed it properly, the paint will just come off as you start painting it. The paint will come off, and it's happened to us all. It's certainly happened to me, and that's maddening, especially on the big flat surfaces. You know, you've got your big flat surfaces like this, you know, and I mean this is all past the kind of scratch test, so it's all spot on really. I'm very happy with it. And I'm quite glad that I've given it a chance to cure, so I'm quite confident that the paint will stay stuck, and I can carry on painting it now. So just to give you, just a bit of a look, you know, there we go. So it's all completely undercoated. It's very pleased with it, actually. It's come out really nice. All the parts are very nicely sculpted, as I've said before. Just trying to think what I haven't showed you. I've used some, I stapled some parcel tape to a bit of balsa wood and stuck the missile heads. There's 20 missile heads there that I'm going to paint separately and then glue into the missile carapace. So I stuck those down, and then there's the Princeps console there, view screen. So that's all just stuck on some tape basically and sprayed off. Obviously I've got a few bits up there sitting on corks. I like to put things on corks to paint them. So I've got obviously you can hold the cork and then paint the item on the cork. And I just use a bit of rod. I don't know if it's a bit of paper clip or something. So that's one of the moderati there. But on the corks I've got the two moderati and the Princeps, the Tech Priest, and all the bits for the servitor weapons. There's three compartments in here, one on each side of the main body, and there's an item that goes in each of there with a servitor in the middle. So that's all on cork as well. So I can paint those up separately and then glue them in. So this is probably new that you haven't seen. I've glued everything together on this body. I've put some sort of iconography on there. There's a Mechanicus symbol on one side and an Aquila on the other side, which is what I did that with my Warhound as well, so it's got the same markings. I glued the shoulder plates on, JB Welds. I glued the back two carapaces together with the ventilation bank in the middle. And then I decided, actually I was going to paint that separately and then glue it on. But in hindsight, when I was harping on before about how great a fit it was a good fit, to be fair, but it did need fettling down slightly. There was a little bit of a gap. So what I decided to do is I've glued all three sections together on the back, clamped them with JB Weld, clamped them, and then I had to sort of file the underside of this so I got a nice fit around here. But in fairness, I mean there is, not that you can see it, I'm sure. There's some pipe detailing on the left and right there, and then into the back there's kind of a ventilation bit. But once it's built, you're not, and you're looking down on it, you're not going to be able to see it. So I figured it's not going to impact too much on the look of it if I can't paint absolutely every single detail. And I didn't want to kind of compromise the look and the build quality. So like I said, clamped all that together on the back and then glued this back section onto the main body section, JB welded it, clamped it up overnight, and it's a fantastic fit, to be fair. So I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased I did that. The only bit I left off was the front section. I don't think that's going to impact too much, so I can paint all the detailing on the inside, slip that on. There will be a gap here, but that gap will be concealed by the underside carapace, which hides most of it anyway and is glued on. So that's I'm happy with that. That's the way that's going to go. So that's that basically. So that's it, all glued together, all primed, all undercoated with Chaos Black. Job done basically. So the only thing left to do now is decide what colours I'm going to paint it. Now I've been researching the Titan Legions as suggested by some of my subscribers. Thank you very much for your words of wisdom. And I know a little bit more about Titans than I did. So what I think I'm going to do is paint him in the same colours as my Warhound, so that they're kind of in the same warband. And I found out, I mean, I painted my Warhound just as a stock Forgeworld paint scheme because I like the hazard stripes on the carapace, and I like the red because it kind of fit in with my Blood Angels army. Obviously I've got a lot of red paint. So I think I'm going to go with the same warband. It's the Fire Wasps, and their colours are black, red and yellow. So that will fit in quite nicely with me wanting to get some red on there. What I think I'm going to do is, again, I'm thinking I'm going to paint this back carapace with the black and yellow hazard stripes with a little white strip separating. So it'll go yellow, tiny white strip, black, tiny white strip, yellow, tiny white strip, black on the back carapace there. So it looks the same as my Warhound. And then on the carapace, main carapace, most of it is kind of this eagle detail and the scroll work and stuff. So there's not a huge amount of colour going to go on this really. So this is going to be red. I'm going to paint the main carapace red. I'm going to paint all the armour plates red. The kind of underside upper carapace red. All the leg armour red. And then going to the legs, obviously they're going to be metallic-y looking, but I think looking at that picture from the one I showed you before, I think I might leave the toes and this armour here black. I will paint it up a bit more and then put this gold detailing on these bits here. So that's my thoughts at the moment. But yeah, Fire Wasps I'm thinking, so I can get the black, yellow and red. And then my only kind of, well, I say problem, not really a problem, is the change in the GW paints. I've been kind of into Games Workshop for nearly as long as they've been going, to be honest. I'm one of the veterans out there, so I've kind of been there since the start, and I've used Games Workshop paints all the way through. Never used any other manufacturer's type of paints, and it's only recently in the last kind of 2 or 3 years that I found out about, you know, your different manufacturers of paints, your Vallejos and I can't even think of anyone, and your Reaper and all that sort of stuff. So, but never tried them, never used them, and I'm kind of in a bit of I'm kind of stuck. I don't know what to do. I haven't got enough paint to start it. I haven't got enough reds to start airbrushing it. So I'm not sure what to do if I just bite the bullet and just buy all the new GW paints and start painting it, you know, using the same kind of colour systems, you know, with the same washes. I don't think I've got enough Devlin mud to do this. I mean, I got a whole pot. I got a pot left, and I used a good 2 pots on the Warhound, and this thing's bigger. So I don't think I've got enough Devlin mud. I certainly haven't got enough sepia. So I'm not really sure what to do. I've got enough of the old paints to paint a couple of bits that I'm kind of got on the desk at the moment, but haven't got enough to start the Warhound, and that's kind of put me off starting it really, because I don't want to start it with the old paints. Am I going to get the new paints, or am I being too kind of finicky about it and just start painting it anyway, and then just bring the new paints in with it. I'm really stuck. I've kind of been pricing up the new paints, and I think I'm having a laugh really, having spent a few hundred quid on a Titan. I'm grumbling about spending some money on some paints, but I'm thinking if I got the layers, the bases, and the shades, I think you can get that for a couple $100 I think. So I'm not sure. I'm really kind of I'm really loath to do it because I've you spend, we're all the same, aren't we? We spend the money, you buy the models, brilliant, and then you got to go and drop another 200 quid on paint. And I don't really need to go and drop another 200 quid on paint because I could buy the paints I need. But then I'm loath to do that because you can get bundles from Wayland Games. You can buy the layer bundle, all 70 paints for X amount, and all the bases for X amount. So then I'm thinking if I start buying them individually, that's going to sort of detract from the deal I'll get from Wayland Games. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but it's kind of given the Titan's undercoat a chance to cure and a chance to dry properly. So I'm really kind of not sure what to do, and I'm quite annoyed with the whole paint situation. I didn't realise it would impact me so much, and I think if I just carried on, with the smaller models, it wouldn't be so bad. But I've had a look at them in the Games Workshop stores, and the colour matches are absolutely useless. Mechrite Red is supposed to be replaced by Mephiston Red, but Mephiston Red is closer to Blood Red, but it's a base colour. It's just banging your head against a brick wall, and I really don't know what to do. So chances are I'll probably go and drop 200 quid this morning on new GW paints, to be fair. But we shall see. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the Fire Wasps idea. Let me know what you think about the black and yellow hazard stripe idea on the back. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Sorry for my slight ramble there. And if you've made it this far and not switched off, congratulations. And I will catch you on the next one with some sort of decision about paint, and maybe I'll have some colour on this thing. Catch you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.